Welcome to our special broadcast tracking COVID-19. Over the next half hour, we get you all the coverage of tackling COVID-19 from India and global updates as well. I'm Rukma. First, the top stories. Second tranche of Atmanirbhar Bharat package announcements focus on free food grain and affordable rental housing for migrants, concessional credit boost to agriculture and allied sector, and special credit facility for street vendors. One nation, one ration card to be achieved by 2021. PM Modi hails the announcements as progressive measures. Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacts with Bill Gates via video conferencing. Discussion focuses on importance of global coordination on scientific innovation and R&D in the wake of COVID-19 situation. Bill Gates thanks Prime Minister Modi for conversation and partnership, says India's role is key in the fight against the global pandemic. India calls upon G20 nations to ensure access to essential medicines, treatments and vaccines at affordable prices. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal calls for an agreement to enable use of IPR flexibilities for this purpose. IRCTC starts collecting destination address of passengers travelling on special trains to help contact tracing if required. Railways to issue limited number of waitlisted tickets on special trains commencing journey from 22nd May. RAC tickets will not be issued. Over 800 Shramik special trains take home more than 10 lakh stranded migrant workers since 1st May. Special train services on 15 select routes continue. Second phase of Vande Bharat mission to bring back Indians stranded abroad to begin tomorrow. CBSE to allow failed students of classes 9 and 11 to reappear in school-based tests as one-time extraordinary measure considering COVID-19 situation. Opportunity extended for all students irrespective of status of their exams and number of subjects and attempts. Active cases of COVID-19 in India stand at more than 51,401, over 27,919 patients cured and discharged, with over 2649 fatalities globally. Over 44 lakh 38,000 people have been infected, with over 3 lakh deaths. And Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced the second tranche of the economic stimulus package focusing on migrant workers, street vendors, small traders, the self-employed and small farmers. From subsidized funds to affordable housing, the package ensures that the most vulnerable sections of society receive maximum benefits. Nearly 8 crore migrant workers will be provided with free food grains for migrant workers for the next few months.
For those who are non-card holders, meaning they are neither under the National Food Security Act, nor are they holders of any state-level cards, for them, they shall be given 5 kgs per person of wheat or rice, or 1 kg of chana, so that is for per family. And if the person is remaining without card, he can also get it. About 8 crore migrants for whom benefit will reach through this free food grain supply. The central government will take the cost and they will not be charged.
The Finance Minister also announced free food grain supply for 2 months, 5 kg grains per person, 3,500 crore rupees. One nation, one ration card, 67 crore beneficiaries across 23 states and union territories, full automation. And 1,500 crore rupees interest subvention for Mudra Shishu loans and interest subvention of 2% for easy access to credit up to rupees 10,000. support 50 lakh street vendors. Credit-linked subsidy extended till March 2021 and 2.5 lakh migrant families to benefit in 2020 to 21. Plans worth 6,000 crore rupees of Campa funds, afforestation and plantation workers, and 30,000 crore rupees emergency fund through NABARD, 3 crore small and marginal farmers to benefit, 2 lakh crore concessional debit, and 2.5 crore families will be covered, fishermen and animal husbandry farmers to be included. And moving on now, Prime Minister hailed the announcements by the Finance Minister as progressive measures. He said in a tweet, the announcements by FM N. Sitharaman will specially benefit our farmers and migrant workers. The announcements include a series of progressive measures and will boost food security, credit to farmers as well as street vendors. Hashtag Atmanirbhar Bharat package. And after the announcement by Prime Minister Narendra Modi about providing 20 lakh rupees crore as stimulus package to the nation, industry has welcomed this timely move about COVID-19 relief package. Here are some of the responses from the industry.
We wholeheartedly welcome the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's massive financial package announced of rupees 20 lakh crores. And we are sure that this would revive the overall sagging growth and create tremendous amount of investors' confidence in our India. We also thank Honorable Finance Ministers for announcing a massive package of almost totaling to about 6 lakh crores for the MSME industries. Announcement on the farmers and migrant labor and affordable housing is also mostly appreciated.
The stimulus package was critically needed for the MSME sector to tide over the current crisis and come out on the other side, positioned to take advantage of some of the early demand side impetus given. We are thankful to the Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Finance Minister for their support to this critical sector. The other support measures, including for farmers, migrant workers and other sectors, announced as part of the 20 lakh crore package, will be a strong injection of support to lives, livelihood and the economy.
निर्मला सीतारमण जी जो माननीय वित्त मंत्री है ने जो फाइनेंशियल पैकेज दिया है हमारे किसानों के लिए, माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स के लिए और जिन लोगों की नौकरी छूट गई अपने घर चले गए हैं, हम उनका स्वागत करते हैं। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है लेबर कोड, जिसके अंदर महिलाओं को भी रात में काम करने की सुविधा मिली है। ग्रेचुइटी जो 5 साल में मिलती थी वो 1 साल में ही मिल जाएगी और अनामकदायी श्रमिकों के लिए भी सोशल सिक्योरिटी की बात कही गई है। कुल मिला के इन सब कदमों से डेफिनेटली इंडस्ट्री के ऊपर भी प्रेशर कम पड़ेगा एंड डेफिनेटली इस समय डिफिकल्ट समय में ये जो इन श्रमिकों को जो ये फाइनेंशियल पैकेज दिया है, हम सीआईआई राजस्थान से इसका स्वागत करते हैं।
Its sincere appreciation to our Honorable Prime Minister's phenomenal economic package for Self-Reliant India campaign. This far-reaching fund of 20 lakh crores will help us address the challenges faced by our nation during our prodigious combat with COVID-19. This will be a financial stimulus for the key sectors of our nation like the MSMEs, cottage industries, local supply chains in the global context, laborers, farmers, honest taxpayers and the wider industry besides the various diverse sections of society. MSME's vital contribution of more than 30% to India's GDP makes it the backbone of our country. The backbone will be strengthened by the welfare measures announced by our Finance Minister.
The announcement of revival package by Finance Minister today covering marginalized farmers, small traders, self-help groups, and especially the migrant laborers is a very welcome move. This will lead to a great amount of liquidity going to their hand. And with yesterday's announcement, which broadly covered the MSMEs issues, whereby the government is coming out openly with giving a lot of guarantees to create the liquidity more easily accessible to the sector which is already bleeding, and this will go a long way with today's issues covering mostly the migrant laborers and all those things in reviving the demand of the economy and put the wheels back on the track.
The announcement made by the Honorable Finance Minister are really beyond expectations. They are going to accelerate our economy in a very, very big way. They have built the confidence which we were losing because of the corona factor, and they have restored the confidence that this is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. I want to congratulate the government for such extremely good measures.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation co-chair Mr. Bill Gates via video conference yesterday. The dignitaries discussed the global response to COVID-19 and the importance of global coordination on scientific innovation to combat the pandemic. PM Modi highlighted India's conscious approach in its fight against the health crisis, which is based on ensuring public engagement through appropriate messaging. He explained how this people-centric bottom-up approach has helped win acceptability for physical distancing, respect for frontline workers, wearing of masks, maintaining proper hygiene and respecting lockdown provisions. The Prime Minister also highlighted how some of the previous developmental initiatives taken by the government, such as expanding financial inclusion, strengthening last-mile delivery of health services, popularizing cleanliness and hygiene through the Swachh Bharat mission, drawing upon India's Ayurvedic wisdom to enhance people's immunity, etc., had helped increase the effectiveness of India's response to the present pandemic. PM appreciated the health-related work being done by the Gates Foundation not only in India but also in many other parts of the world, including for coordinating global response to COVID-19. PM sought suggestions from Mr. Gates on how India's capacities and capabilities could be better leveraged for the general benefit of the world. And after the interaction with Prime Minister Modi via video conference yesterday, Bill Gates extended his gratitude to Prime Minister Modi. In a tweet, he said, I quote, "Thank you for the conversation and partnership, Narendra Modi. Combating the pandemic requires global collaboration. India's role is key as the world works to minimize social and economic impact and pave the way to vaccine, testing and treatment access for all." And India on Thursday called for an agreement among G20 nations to enable the use of flexibilities under a WTO pact on intellectual property rights to ensure access to essential medicines, treatments and vaccines at affordable prices. In his interventions during the second G20 virtual trade and investment ministers meeting, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal called upon the G20 nations also to agree to provide diagnostic and protective equipment and healthcare professionals across borders where they are most needed. The Commerce Minister said that doing away with the policy instrument of export restrictions is not a panacea that will guarantee access to medical products and food for all. He said that more effective and lasting way to ensure food security of the most vulnerable would be by agreeing to eliminate the historic asymmetries in the agreement on agriculture and delivering on the long-standing ministerial mandate to establish permanent, adequate and accessible disciplines on public stock holding for food security purposes by the 12th Ministerial Conference of the WTO. Widely regarded as the pharmacy of the world, the Commerce Minister said India is also proactively partnering in global efforts to develop vaccines and effective treatment for this disease. He said India will offer its full support to any global engagements to further this cause.
We had the G20 Trade Ministers virtual meeting, the second such meeting that has been held, in which India presented a strong case for global partnerships and cooperation to support each other during the COVID-19 crisis in a transparent and fair manner. India, on its part, has played the role of a responsible global citizen by providing medicines to over 120 countries across the world to help them fight the global pandemic COVID-19.
CBSE has decided that all failed students of classes 9 and 11 will be provided an opportunity to appear in school-based online, offline innovative tests again. This would be a one-time measure in extraordinary situation. Opportunity will be extended to students irrespective of whether their exams have been completed and the exam results have been released or their exams are not complete. This facility is to be extended irrespective of the number of subjects and attempts. The government has been running several trains to take migrant workers and labourers trapped in various states of the country to their home states. Indian Railways has decided to issue waiting list tickets from the 22nd of May. Now, 50% fee will not be deducted on cancellation of tickets in special trains, and the obligation to cancel the ticket 24 hours before has been removed. Railways have also fixed the waiting list limit in these trains and made a waiting list of 100 tickets for AC3, 50 for AC2, 100 for chair car and 20 for first class AC. Also 20 for executive class and 200 tickets for sleeper class. For the journey starting from the 22nd of this month, changes will be made in the tickets booked from the 15th of May. Since the maximum period of reservation for special trains has been kept for 7 days, passengers will be able to book tickets for the waiting list from May 15th. There will be no RAC ticket in these trains. Meanwhile, IRCTC has started taking the destination address of all passengers booking tickets from 13th May. This will help authorities in contact tracing if required later. And special Shramik trains are ferrying stranded passengers across the country. The Railways has operated 800 Shramik special trains since 1st May, ferrying home 10 lakh migrant workers who were stranded in various parts of the country due to the coronavirus-triggered lockdown. Railway Minister Piyush Goyal in a tweet said, "With the hard work of railway employees, since 1st May 2020, Indian Railways has carried 10 lakhs Shramiks in 800 trains to their home states." He also praised railway employees for working with full devotion in the service of the citizens during the crisis. The Dibrugarh to Delhi special passenger train left for New Delhi on Thursday evening with more than 300 passengers. The train took off from Dibrugarh railway station at Banipur at 9:10 p.m. Before boarding the train, the passengers had to undergo thermal screening by doctors and maintain proper social distancing. Senior district and police officials, railway officials as well as medical staff were present at the station to overlook the proceedings. Dibrugarh administration, police department and health department have been constantly monitoring the process at Dibrugarh railway station. Early on Thursday morning, the Delhi-Dibrugarh special train arrived at the Dibrugarh railway station with 261 passengers who were later sent for mandatory 14 days quarantine. One of the first special trains from Delhi reached its destination at Thiruvananthapuram today morning. The train had other stoppages at Kozhikode, Ernakulam in Kerala. 252 passengers embarked at Kozhikode, where 6 passengers were admitted to hospital after screening. Nearly 250 passengers alighted at Ernakulam and remaining passengers deboarded at Thiruvananthapuram. All passengers were screened properly by medical team in full PPE kits. Those without symptoms were sent to home quarantine for 14 days in specially arranged transport facilities. The train will leave for Delhi today evening. The government is carrying evacuation operations from sea routes under Operation Samudra Setu INS Jalashwa has reached Malé for the second round, where passengers boarded the ship to return to their motherland. In its first round, INS Jalashwa evacuated 698 people from the Maldives. The second phase of Vande Bharat mission will begin from May 16th and end on May 22nd. And time now for all the latest COVID-related news from Ground Zero. The central government's ambitious Atal Solar Agriculture Pump Yojana has provided great relief during the lockdown to farmers of Nanded district who earlier faced endless difficulties for irrigation, resulting in accidents along with losses in income. Many in Nanded district have benefited from the Yojana, which gave them easy irrigation of the fields. Solar pumps generate sufficient amount of electricity to sustain requirement of water for irrigation. Santosh Kadam, a youth farmer from Vadwana in Nanded district, has been growing vegetables in his farm for the last 10 years. With central government's Atal Solar Agriculture Pump Yojana, Santosh can now irrigate eggplants and other crops easily. Santosh thanked the government for providing the scheme and now says that now losses due to interrupted supply of electricity have been resolved due to these pumps provided by the Yojana.
Power supply issue was solved after I got central government solar pump scheme. Earlier, I had to face losses due to interrupted supply. I paid 12,000 for the solar pump and fitting and everything was done by the government. The scheme has been very beneficial for me.
And in these tough times, as the world reels under the impact of COVID-19, we bring you some stories that provide hope and positivity. In Maharashtra's Sangli, a 94-year-old woman has shown exemplary grit and determination in the fight against coronavirus. Emerging victorious by defeating COVID-19, the nonagenarian is a resident of Kamiri village in Sangli and had contracted the virus after coming into contact with a corona-positive patient. She was admitted to a hospital in Miraj town of the district. She is the eldest lady in Maharashtra to be cured of COVID-19. And the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Hospital at Greater Noida, declared a COVID-19 hospital by the Ministry of Home Affairs, has come up with a new initiative to treating coronavirus patients. The hospital has resorted to technological equipment while taking care of patients being treated with coronavirus. In the hospital, a new automatic vehicle has been introduced to deliver food, water and medicines to patients in order to decrease the frequency of contact with them. And families, both traditional and non-traditional, are the foundation of society. Some of the most formative years of our lives are spent growing up with our families. Founded by the UN in 1994, the International Day of Families is celebrated on the 15th of May every year. And this year it has become more special as people get ample time during the lockdown to spend quality time with their family members and strengthen the bonds. Secretary General of the UN, Antonio Guterres, has tweeted a graphical image of a family doing household chores and dedicated it to the International Day of Families. In a tweet, he said, and I quote, "Whether we have spent less or more time with our families due to COVID-19, we must not allow the progress made on gender equality to be reversed inside or outside our homes." Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has extended his warm greetings to the nation. In a tweet, he said, I quote, "Family is the primary foundational unit of society. Families play an important role in shaping the moral, social and cultural values in a society. Family has an important role in building a peaceful, healthy and value-based society. And that's all we have for you in this edition of Tracking COVID-19. Namaskar.